We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 or the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw at the outset, here's Hurts. Forced out to his left. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him, and that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
2nd down and 8. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Breaks through the contact, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Jackson now. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Josh Downs, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I notice his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is caught. And he is in for a Seattle touchdown. Devontae Smith, 64 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. And able to get this out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Jackson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
Dancing to his left. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. There's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Derrick Henry. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
The Ravens take over first and 10. At their own 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. They go play action now. Jackson steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have it here just past the 25. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's gotten them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Here's 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
But they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Where they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Throwing is Hurts. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play there for Seattle. 51 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Barkley will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well.
And, oh, it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he dives into the end zone and gets the 2 points. That is a play that you just do not see very often. Maybe a couple times a year, the blocked extra point return for 2.
You can't afford to give anyone a free run at the kicker. Oftentimes, it's going to bounce off his hands or chest and head the other direction.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now it's Jackson. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Boy, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Going to let this thing go deep for Gates. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
I'll tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. 4th down, this is taking a big risk, but it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense just not able to come up with this.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Looking deep for his tight end Gates. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Antonio Cromartie.
And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 40.
They'll start with the option.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the 5-time Pro Bowler Troy Vincent.
And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Jackson to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Peterson. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Third down, it's Adrian Peterson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Again, Jackson. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Jackson here is going to look to throw. Being chased out left. And out of pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, huh?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Hurts. Forced out to his left. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams.
And they stop him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. This is 1st and 10. Here's Jackson.
Dancing to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Jackson.
On the move to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
Throwing, Jackson.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Jackson to throw.
Steps away to his left.
Ben, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed down him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
Flush to his right.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks.
What can they draw up now? Time to find out on a 3rd and 8. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Well, you can see what they were trying to do, just send those guys out there to make a play.